I'm here with Jonathan Kelsey in his studio in Primrose Hill in London. And so, Jonathan, I just wanted to start out by asking you, what are some of your earliest memories of fashion?
Probably my earliest memory is a pair of boots that belonged to my mum. It must have been probably around 1977, 78, something like this. So I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and I remember commenting on them when she was wearing them, saying, "Oh, I love your boots, Mum," which is a really strange thing for a 4-year-old kid to say.
Totally.
But I remember they were really a traditional looking 1970s boot, pull on with a wooden stack heel.
Yeah.
And they were like a really rich sort of red tan colour, which I then went on to reproduce on the soles of all of my own shoes. So it's this sort of chestnut brown, very rich really nice 70s conker colour. So that's on all of my shoes now.
Yeah.
So I took my first memory of shoes and put it onto my most
That's
recent
so sweet.
stuff.
And so was your mother really into shoes then?
She did have quite a lot of shoes, so maybe I hadn't actually realised that until recently.
Yeah.
So there was always a big cupboard of shoes, so I was always rooting around in there, not wearing them, but just sort of looking at them and inspecting
developing
them.
your eye.
Exactly, so maybe it started earlier.
Yeah. Let's talk about your creative process. How do you normally work? How does the collection come into
I normally start the season by sort of imagining a girl that's the girl of the season. So for this current season, Spring Summer '09, that's in store now, I'd been to a couple of exhibitions, one at the V&A and another one. They were all Oriental, sort of Chinese design and Japanese design. So I could have put together all these bits and pieces to make this warrior geisha girl who had two sort of personalities. She was very soft and pretty, and she wore amazing pink, beautiful, silk clothes, and then underneath she would have really tough, aggressive, gladiator sandals and stuff.
Really cool.
So there were sort of two sides to the collection. So it's sort of, you can see it on some of the shoes like this, which were very pretty and sort of bubblegum pink with the pink flower, and the white lacquered heel, which was dipped again in pink.
That's great.
Pink paint. So that was sort of the prettier side, and then there was the more aggressive side. Well, these are stuffed with tissue at the moment, but the white croc with all the sort of laces and buckles and straps and stuff, which was sort of the more gladiator styles.
It's very cool. So is there any style of shoe that you just absolutely hate? If you could banish one from existence, what would it be?
It would definitely be Ugg boots.
Those are pretty awful.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of seeing them.
Is there any style of shoe that you would like to see women wear more of?
Definitely wear more of mine.
Yes.
I have one shoe that I love, which is sort of going between a few of my collections, which is called Darling.
I love that. This is my personal favorite.
Which is a really super cute round toe with my chestnut sole, really skinny pencil heel.
Totally.
And we've done it now for 2 seasons. We've done it for Spring Summer, which is in store now, and then repeated it for Autumn Winter in a couple of different variations. So
and sequins are so huge right now, so you can't really go wrong with that.
Everyone seems to love these. They're
That's
definitely
a great
good party shoe.
Yeah, when I walked up there, I'm like, there they are. So besides your mother and her red boots, who have been some of the biggest influences in your collection?
I guess probably one of the biggest influences on the first collection was definitely Amy Winehouse. Her second album was on a lot in the flat whilst I was designing the collection. And then just it's always girls in music for some reason, which is why I picked to work with Estelle for the Belvedere project. So doing a bag for her was great fun, and she had some input on the kind of things that she liked. And, so yeah, it's always girls in music. Yeah. Because I think I like to see someone up on stage and really rocking it.
Well, what's the story with Regine again and your shoes?
Okay, well, yeah, Regine's another example of that. She was shot for, I think it was the cover of the Observer magazine. And she was wearing a pair of shoes on the cover, and she apparently said to the stylist, "Oh my God, I love these, can I keep them?" So we sent a pair over to her, and I went to the last night of her tour in Brixton. And she was wearing the shoes the whole night during the whole of the show and doing the Running Man. And
it's such a great story.
Yeah, it was good fun to watch.
If you can do the Running Man in your shoes, then they're good.
They last. They don't have heels that break, for sure.